For whatever reason, I had a lot of low frame rate at the beginning of this match. It should smooth itself out. Yeah, we'll find out. Might just because I'm running out of hard drive space. I just have a lot of projects going on. All in all, not terrible so far. Tank like this, you have to rely on your gun depression and your gun handling. I mean, 604mm of penetration is pretty solid. Just keep dispensing those sirloin steaks. Also, this is another thing where I learned to use smoke grenades, because if someone else is spotting the tank, it takes their attention off of you. Failure. 1 damage and splash from artillery. Wow, that's kind of sad. RNGesus says, thanks for playing. Look at that. Pretty tight shot there, actually. I was trying to go for that conning tower and I hit it. Side turret's better to, or much easier to hit, though, as you can see. So far, so good. Doesn't really seem like anything out of the ordinary has happened. Now you'll see. Things start getting a little sticky. Giggity. Soon enough. There we go. Paladar just went down. Target rich environment. Good place for the M8. So naturally, I go to slay my fellow M8 Thunderbolt brethren. Mainly because they're just as big of a threat to me as they are my teammates. Dodging shots. Doesn't really care. Look at that, I can still hit his lower plate from there. That's crazy. See, with 14 degrees of gun depression, there really is no shot you can't make. And with the quick aim time, high max accuracy, I mean, a lot of these shots are partially aimed. Like that. I didn't even wait for half a second, I don't think. It didn't matter. The circles are so tiny. it just spits out those shells, and they're pretty painful, at least in PVE. I mean, against Tier 10 main battle tanks, it's not very effective, but should have smoked a little sooner there. Oh well, Ram could still die. Well, I wouldn't say I carried the team here per se, I just played very aggressively. I mean, an M8 being at the very tip of the spear, despite having no armor. Terrible view range for a light tank, yada yada yada. It's a hatch for 200 damage. Thanks for playing! But I bet it was the superior Leo 2 or that M8. That was also a hatch, though. That only did about 400 damage. It's actually kind of a low damage roll for an M8. Yeah, actually, that's a very low damage roll for an M8. I roll for 650 average on this thing. I think it's 651 on the stats page. Who wants to expose himself? Oh, yes, Leo 2. And an M1A2. I think I circle him. Get a little cheap shot in. I mean, with a tank like this, when you circle the enemies with the 14 degrees of gun depression, you can get away with a lot. You don't have to be worried so much about losing your bead on targets. You know, you can. I've shot things midair. I've shot things midair with a lot of tanks, but this one it's so easy because the gun. Yeah, look at that. As I was cresting the hill, I put one into his side. Here, have another. And that's just the theme for this match. I smell Ricochet off the Warrior. I think I was aiming in the middle. You gotta aim either really low or really high. There we go. Even on low damage rolls, it still hurts me. Still a 4-shot for me, even if I get the lowest damage. So sad. Ah! Stole my kill! Not very nice! Oh, that wasn't very smart. Oh well. M8 troller cunt doesn't care. Another fun thing it likes to do is hunting artillery. Because some of the, pretty much, I've one-shotted some of the artillery, like the Paul Marias with 616 health. This will one-shot them, usually. Oh look, a Paul Maria! Speaking of one-shotting, yeah. Can I do the same to his brethren? Yes, I can! At this point, I'm just starting to brag a little bit. Artie's down. All is well with the world. There's just something so deeply satisfying about just saying no, and you just charge in there. Look at that. I barely even stopped to aim. I mean, that circle was pretty tiny. There I actually wanted to aim a little bit. I'll show you what I mean. Look at how small that circle is. Yeah, you wait a couple seconds, but you park as you're reloading. By the time it's reloaded... Look at that! That is an insane shot. I didn't realize how close that was until I looked after. Have some more sirloin steak, 2A6 or 2A5. They're all the same to me. Poor M1A1. It wants to be taken seriously. I mean, it was good at its time. I'm not going to deny that. Oh, that's a cheeky. Look at that. 713. That's an extremely high damage roll. Of course, he puts one back into me, but at this point I really don't care. Just about out of ammo. Not quite, though. The commander's been hit. He can't focus. 673. I think that's the highest I've ever done with this. Well, no. No, 713 was the highest I've done. I think the most ever I've done just without... I don't quite remember. So I know I've shot targets that have been marked by an AFV, and it's done, I think, 717. Oh, ludicrous fail. At this point, the decision was made to go balls deep mode. So I hit the accelerator. You don't see me hitting the E key status, so I definitely was, because my turning radius got really wide. And at this point, it's just a matter of distributing and dispensing enemas. That 2A6 did not enjoy his enema. He says I was a little rough with him, but, you know, the A-mate troller cunt doesn't really seem to care anyway. Now for some precise shots. And I think I'm out of ammo for real now. Yep, out of ammo. So, 48 shots fired, 46 shots hit. Would have been 47 shots hit if my warrior kill wasn't stolen earlier. Oh well. I mean, it's not a big deal. I still did very well. So now we just cap. Nothing really happens here. I spin it right round like a record baby and ejaculate smoke into the air. I mean, not bad. Not bad at all. Stats for this round are at the end. There'll be more coming where this came from. Giggity!